Christine Ford's contradictory testimony is raising serious doubts among senators and legal experts alike. One America's Pearson Sharp, well, he speaks with an experienced trial lawyer, Robert Barnes, who breaks down the many problems with Ford's story.
The case surrounding Judge Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation for the Supreme Court has riveted the nation, with many focusing on the testimony of his accuser, Christine Ford. However, Ford's patchy memory and inconsistent recounting of events has raised serious doubts about whether or not she's telling the truth. Not only among the senators who listened to her testimony, but among many legal experts and experienced lawyers as well. One America News spoke with Robert Barnes, a seasoned trial lawyer with dozens of years of experience in the courtroom dealing with similar cases. Barnes explained that not only is Ford's conflicting testimony a serious problem, but that she is the very definition of an unreliable witness.
Her case has all the attributes of a non-credible case. If it's a story that could be true of literally any place, any point, any time, of any person, then it has a high risk of being a planted memory, a misplaced memory, or simply just an untrue story. And that's the attributes of her story, of Dr. Ford's story.
He points out that Ford's behavior appeared forced, such as her hunched shoulders, tilting her head up, and using a soft, childlike voice, all signs of someone trying to gain sympathy. And for a career lawyer like Barnes, all of that raised serious red flags.
She was telling a story that was scripted for TV and for her own public attention, not a story that was likely to ever hold up under cross-examination or evidentiary challenge.
Adding to this was her conflicting testimony, such as when she claimed to have never worked with anyone on a polygraph test. Yet now evidence is coming out showing that's not true. But Barnes believes Democrats didn't think these glaring flaws would be a problem, since they were banking on Republicans being too afraid to challenge them.
What they were relying upon was that the Republicans in the Senate would be scared and intimidated of trying to cross-examine an accuser, much as everybody got beat up after attacking Anita Hill, which I also think were false accusations, back in 1991. So I think their fear of that, they thought, well, she'll get away with things that she wouldn't get away with in a true legal setting.
And Ford's inability to recall specific events doesn't really surprise Barnes either, who explains that witness testimony is one of the most unreliable forms of evidence available. He says that people often have deep affiliations and emotions associated with memories, and that makes it difficult to distinguish fact from fiction.
Particularly in cases of memory and memories that are 36 years old and memories that are giving telltale signs of being inaccurate, of not being truthful, of not mirroring and looking like a truthful and honest accusation. And I always tell people, just think of your own life. Something traumatic happened. Do you really not remember any detail of how you got there and how you left, but remember the precise details of the house layout and how many beers you drank?
Barnes adds that the conclusion of the independent prosecutor, Rachel Mitchell, is also very telling. An experienced prosecutor, a woman who has spent her life listening to victims and determining who's telling the truth or not, went on record stating there wasn't enough evidence to pursue the case. And according to Barnes, that makes perfect sense.
I mean, this is one of the weakest accusations really ever brought. You have someone who doesn't know where they were really, doesn't know when they got there, doesn't know how they left, can't confirm anyone else who was there, tells a story that doesn't really even ring true on its own face.
Pearson Sharp, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.